Hi everyone! Today we're gonna talk about immigration in Canada. Why do we immigrate in Canada? Is it a good thing or a bad one? Please stay with me and watch this video to learn more about it. Hi everyone! Welcome to Jaser avec Flora, Immigration Canada. So I have created this channel basically to share information about immigration, integration, and life in Canada. I have been asked so many times about how do you immigrate to Canada, which place is the right place to immigrate to, how do you get a job, is it possible to immigrate here with a family, is it possible to immigrate here single, what should I do? And there were a lot of questions, guys, a lot of questions, and I love you all, but it was so hard to kind of give an answer and repeat myself and again from one person to another person. So I decided to create this channel right here to share with you all, my friend and future friend, information about immigration in Canada. First of all, I need to tell you one thing, a disclosure. I am not a communicator, meaning I will make mistakes along the way when I'm talking to you, and I'm so sorry about that, but that's the truth. I am not perfect when it comes to talking and communicating, but I will try my best. I always try my best. So I am not a communicator. I am not an immigration expert. Okay, I am not a consultant, and I am not a politician when it comes to immigration or anything like that. Please, I am not. Who am I? I'm a person who has just immigrated in Canada not too long ago. As a matter of fact, I immigrated in Canada at the end of the year and in 2017. It's been about 1 year and a half that I have immigrated in Canada with my family, and we are now a permanent resident. We came through the program of skilled workers via the express entry. So there are many ways to immigrate to Canada and to become permanent resident. I'll talk more about it in next videos, so please stay tuned and so you can learn more. So basically I created this channel to share with you guys my experience as a new immigrant, and also to tell you everything about news regarding immigration, about tips and strategy that you can do to immigrate very quickly in Canada, and also for integration and to have a better life, if I can say it, in Canada. I have experienced a lot of things that I could have done better if I had the right information, but sometimes it's not easy. I'm pretty sure like you probably just looking for information and all that, which I did when I decided to come to Canada. It was a little bit hard reading the official information on the official immigration website. It's a good thing, it gives me a lot of information, but again, I needed somebody with experience there. I needed somebody that can tell me how they're living life, what is wrong, what is right, and things like that. So I got few information, but it was so hard to talk to people because everybody's busy, and I understand why. So that's why I decided to create this channel to share with you guys all the information, all the tips and tricks. If I am going through some hardship and things like that, I'll try to share those along with you guys, so you can probably avoid that on the way, or you can probably find a better way to go through that. Okay, so please stay with me. I will invite you to subscribe to my channel to learn more and not to miss any video in the coming. So one thing that I have to say is that I have to present myself. So hi everyone, now that we're friends, we can talk Yes, so my name is Flora. I'm from Burkina Faso. For those who knows, then good. For those who don't know where this is in Africa. So basically, I am from Africa, and I moved to the United States to study in information technology, and I also work in the state for some time. I have been in the state, I was in the state for 10 years before my family and I immigrated to Canada. Some people may have recognized me already because I was actually in a different channel as a group. Yes, and the channel name was Immigration, Jaser avec Christelle et Flora, Immigration Canada. So unfortunately, this channel just ended recently due to a different schedule that we had, Christelle and myself. So it was a little bit hard to try to meet and film together and things like that, because she has activities and she has her family and she has her job and things like that, and I do have the same thing. And also we had a little problem with the way we wanted to present things and all that, different vision. But just because we're so passionate, we like to help, and it was just different, as you know. So we just decided to create a different channel to serve you guys better and come with strategy that you will all benefit from. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be a win-win for everyone, and it makes things, it's a little bit hard, but I think it's gonna make things also on the long run a little bit easier. So please, a separation from a group or a separation from a relationship or friendship is always very delicate. So please try to understand the choice that we make and just support us. I will invite you to come and follow my channel as well as following her channel. So Crystal is a very wonderful person, and I know she will give you information that will really help you guys as well. So that being said, why immigrating to Canada? So immigrating to Canada, oh my goodness, we decided to immigrate to Canada like everyone for multiple reasons, but the main reason was just to have a stable job and to improve the quality of our life. So some people will say, but wait a minute, you said that you were living in the States, so why bothering and moving to Canada where it's so cold and all that? So no, you're right to ask that question. The thing is that things were very different for us in the state, because we were in the state as students at first, and then we get the opportunity to have the status of workers in the state, which doesn't mean that you're permanent or anything like that. And it was a little bit hard because we couldn't really make plans for long term and all that, because we were not permanent, we were not citizen or anything like that. And after 10 years, if you're not able to get stable somewhere, you need to think your strategy very quickly. And that's what we did. We decided to see what other country can give us a better opportunity to be stable, to dream, and to create better life quality for our family. So we make some researches, and we decided to go to the neighborhood, to Canada. So yes, that's why we decided to come to Canada. So but basically work stability was one of the very crucial point for us. Having a good education for our kids, same thing here. And one good thing about Canada is bilingual. So they speak French and they speak English, which was really a huge bonus for us, because we wanted the kids to be exposed to French and English as well. My kid only speak English. True, probably you will blame it on me because we have not been able to do a good job and teach them French, but it's coming now that we're in Canada, so it's a good thing. So this is one good point that we had. Also the possibility to to create and be more than what we were in the States is also very, very good here. You can be anything you want to be. There's no such thing like Canadian will look at you like, oh, you're coming from this country. Oh, so I'm talking about being an immigrant in general. Instead, for example, when you are immigrant, you looked down for some reason. In most cases, I don't know why, but people should know better. An immigrant is somebody that has big dreams. Big dreams. They want to fight so hard. And I'm telling you, any country that can get immigrants, it's a blessed country, because the immigrants are ready to work hard, because they want to create a dreams and they want to achieve a dreams. So usually that dreams goes to what? Improvement. So imagine what? They are improving the country at the same time when they work so hard and they want to create things. So, the state lost. Anyway, we decided to move to Canada. But yes, for anybody struggling in a different country where you feel like you're not understood, trust me, Canada is embracing people. They're embracing immigrants. They're embracing every culture, because they even celebrate culture. If you are from any country, you are from any religion, you are from any color, okay, you are a female, you are a male, you are in between, in a positive way, trust me, Canada wants you. They want you. Yes, they do. So they're ready to receive people and to boost their economy, to go far. If you have big dreams, come over. They have so many opportunities for you here. So this is one of the reasons why we decided to come to Canada, because we could feel so much freedom to be anything, to experience anything, to create anything, and to be in that stable place where we can start thinking about helping others, sharing with others, creating projects. So trust me, there's no limit, okay? But as all countries, I will tell you the truth, okay? You and I are now friends, no need to hide things. So I will tell you the truth. In Canada, there are rich people, there are poor people, and there are people in between, okay? That means that if you come to Canada and you have big dreams, well, life in Canada will surely either help you realize those dreams or break those dreams. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but that's the truth, okay? Not everyone that comes to Canada is successful. And some of people that comes to Canada, but there are people that comes also that are very successful, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that is true, and it goes that far. People that have not been successful successful for many reasons, and that is one of the reasons why I've decided to create this channel, so I can share with you tips and tricks that you can do to avoid certain situations. Canada likes communication, Canada likes networking, Canada likes, trust me, there is a lot of things. You will say, oh, wait a minute, you just got here not too long ago, how come? I am very curious. I'm telling you, my husband can tell you, I make a lot of research. I talk to everybody. My mom knows me. I'm the chatty person that always goes and asks questions respectfully, because I want to know. I really want to know. So because of that, I'll bring you guys all the information that will make your life at least easier, okay? Or if there is anything wrong, you can avoid or prepare yourself for it. So please, again, subscribe so you don't miss anything. So now that I told you why we decided to come to Canada, I need to tell you what makes Canada Canada, because trust me, if you want to come to Canada, you need to make some research, and good ones, okay? Don't just rely on somebody telling you Canada is great, yeah, chatty, just come over, and then you become you're very sad because that's really not what you wanted and all that. No. Let me tell you something. You need to make some research to see that if Canada is right for you and what you want in life, if Canada is right for your family. So please make some research and make a decision based on that. But I can tell you from the little bit that I have been here, what Canada is Canada. I'm not gonna touch all the points, but hey guys, we still have time to chat in different videos, so don't worry about that. Just ask me any question, and if you have comments and all that, please just put them in the comment. I will answer all the questions, and I will probably even make a video to give you more details, information on the subject that you want me to discuss about. So let's jump in. Canada, what is the language? In Canada, there are two official languages, French and English, like I said. So it's very interesting because Canada, like I said, has 10 provinces. 2 of those provinces speak French, and the 8 other provinces speak English. So whenever you go in Canada, you will still find people speaking English and French. So now, depending on where you go, you will probably feel more English or more French, but that's all right, okay? It's just a nice blend and all that. So that is a good thing about Canada. Also, the other thing will be home. What kind of home can you find in Canada? So the homes that you can find in Canada are very diversified. Okay, so for a person that comes newly in Canada, like let's say you're coming as a new immigrant, or you just want to travel in Canada and have freedom and be like to do whatever you want, you can go and rent, for example, a room in a house, or just use the program Airbnb. If I'm making a mistake in how to pronounce that, I'll just write that somewhere. Okay, so forgive me about that. So you have that program, or you can just rent, like I said, a home in the house. The rental will cost you less than if you were to rent a whole apartment, and you have more flexibility because at that point you can tell how long you want the room for, or things like that. Okay, it's a possibility. So when you do that, you will just have that room as your private place, but everything else will be shared among the people living in the same place. So let's say you will share the kitchen, you will share the living room, you will share the bathroom. But at the end of the day, guess what? You probably will be having also a chance to communicate with people in that house, and maybe make friends and have more people guiding you toward what you want in Canada. So it's a win-win. I think lower cost and, you know, good networking. It's a good thing. And another thing also about Canada home is that you can have an apartment. Like I said, you can have a studio. A studio is basically an apartment without a room, but trust me, you can use your imagination to make that place rock right. The cost of that place is very cheap, so it will allow you to bounce back and do whatever you want until you decide to move to something higher or bigger. So you have the choice. You can also have an apartment that has 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. So trust me, you have choices there. Also, you can rent a condominium. A condominium is basically like an apartment, but it's just that it's owned by a person instead of being managed by a group. Okay. Also, you can rent a house, or you can buy a house. Yes, brother, sister, as a new immigrant, you can buy a house. Just that the requirement could be a little bit different as a new person in the country compared as if you were living here for a long time. But trust me, it is possible to get your own house if you want to have your own house. But just make some research and get the right information. Now, transportation. Do you really need to have a car in Canada? maybe not, because there is a lot of public transportation around in Canada. So you have the bus, you have the train, you have taxis, you have Uber, UBER, where it's a little bit like a taxi system, but it's owned by individual people, and those people will actually use their personal vehicle as a taxi. The system is so well organized that you would just love it. It costs less than a taxi, and it's really very nice. And people that own their own car, they make good conversation, and you can learn a ton with them as well. Another thing is that you can rent a car if you're in with your family and all that, so that will give you time until you get a car on your own. And then the other thing is to get your own car. Very possible, you can do it at any time. You can also get a motorcycle, or you can have a bicycle, or why not, you can walk if the distance where you have to go is not too far. Brother, just walk and get some fresh air. The places are so nice that you will just be happy. And guess what, walking is healthy too. So there you go, you have it. Eating in Canada, oh my goodness, you can find any type of food here in Canada, okay? If you want to cook anything, you will find it anywhere. There are also restaurants in Canada. Like I said, Canada, it's a blend and a big diversified country with plenty of people coming from different places. So that gives you the chance to go and find European restaurant, you can find Mexican restaurant, Spanish restaurant, African restaurant. Trust me, you will find anything. Health in Canada, oh goodies. Health is free in Canada. Can you believe that? In the state, you will have to pay your insurance for health insurance, and you still have to pay a lot of money when you go to visit a doctor, which is crazy. But yeah, it's the truth. So in Canada, the government will take care of your health and all that, with some exception, okay? Vision and dental is a little bit different, and some other sickness. But trust me, if that big chunk is already covered, we can manage the rest. Although the rest is a little bit expensive, but trust me, I will choose that over what I was doing on the other side. And also, like I said, diversity is something that it's so common here that you will feel just right at home. You just have to be respectful of people. You just have to use common sense and be nice to people, right? You don't have to change your personality. You can be, like I said, who you want to be, period. People will just respect that, okay? But just be nice. No bullies around, they don't like that. So another thing that you have to think about is also bank, okay? How do I do a bank in Canada? Like I said before, you will have to, there is so many financial institution in Canada here where you can actually have an account and everything will be set for you. So this is not even a problem. What I would advise you in the other hand is to try to get a bank that can allow you to have a credit card right away. Why? Some people will say, hey, I just got here, why would you want me to have a credit card and have credit in the country where I just got here? So, but the credit card is very important in Canada because that's how you create your credit history. And the credit history will create or give you a credit score, okay? Because of that credit score, you can borrow money from some financial institution to get a car, to get a house, to get your business running or anything else. Now for workers, okay, workers are entrepreneurship. For entrepreneurship and workers, so many possibilities here in Canada, guys. You, like I said, I'm repeating myself, you can be anywhere. You can be an employee, you can be an employer, you can be an investor, you can be anything. Jobs, there are variety of jobs here. You won't be missing something. There is always something, and you can always upgrade yourself with education to go further in your career, in your life. Now, education. When it comes to education, we have the university, for example, or the college. If you decide to go to college or university, guys, you can do that. At 40 years old, 60 years old, some people will go back to school because they want to have some degrees that they were not able to get when they were younger, because life life just happened. All right, so please, 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 education, you can have it at any time. Education is so flexible nowadays that you can even work and study at the same time and get a degree. Okay, any experience that you have done elsewhere will still be counted toward your work experience. I will get that more details on that one in a different video, so you understand better what I mean. But Canada, like Aditya said, it's sweet papa. So let's go back to sorry, I've been to Ghana before. That's where I started learning how to speak English, because I was really bad, really bad when it comes to English. But I think I'm doing a little bit better. So education is a good thing. Also, when it comes to school and daycare, so well structured, guys. So well structured, nothing to be worried about. You will have school in French, you will have school in English, you will have school, religious school. So if you need more activities for your kids, you can have that throughout your community, or just looking around in where you live, you will get something. There are so many things here in Canada, guys. There's too much to say, okay? People that like beauty, oh my goodness, makeups. It's everywhere. It's really everywhere. Clothing, everywhere. You can find shoes, brand. I mean, I can't even start to tell you what you can find or what you cannot find. Really? What can't you find? You find everything. You can shop in store, you can shop online, you can shop anyhow. Even food, sometimes they will deliver food for you at your doorstep. Sometimes you don't even have to go outside to shop. Let's say you don't have a car, okay? You can order something here and it will be given to you. If you're a person with disabilities, for example, Canada is trying to be a country where accessibility is the first priority. Trust me, I know, because I kind of work in that field, okay? So yes, Canada is a country that embrace diversity, embrace inclusion, and they're making sure, they're trying nowadays to make sure that all places and all that are open to people with disabilities, and they want to make sure that people with disabilities are also part of the life here. Some people may not understand what I mean by people with disability, but I'm talking about people that are non-sighted people, meaning people who are blind. I'm talking about people with mobility impairment, where they cannot use their hand, but they can still navigate the website, they can still order everything like everyone. Okay, it's a great thing. Schools are even open for any kind of information is given respectfully to any people. I'm telling you, if you have the opportunity to come to Canada, come to Canada. You will be so surprised. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave you here. I hope that this information was really helpful to you. Please like, subscribe and share my video, and I will see you next time. Take care.